Call those bullets a win. Let's get out of here. Let's skedaddle. So yeah, that's another thing I noticed is when you're walking through the town with Maria, there seems to be less monsters. Like, there's not many times when you're with Maria that you have to fight and defend her, which I'm not sure why. The windows are all fogged up like they wouldn't be if nobody was sitting here, you know? Like, the windows all look like somebody's sleeping in there tonight. The car windows, that is. This is what it looks like when somebody's been living in that car. Oh, yeah. I wonder if the jack handle is something you can find somewhere else in town, you know? I mean, it could be in a random car. I never found it. I mean, we had access to this area of the game as soon as we met Maria. But conceivably, the handle for that jack could have been anywhere in the game. And that was... There's no name to that garage. Didn't I just go as far? Yeah. I'm just kind of shocked that this impasse is not marked on the map. But anyway, without knowing where that jack handle is, I mean, I guess I can give the inn a cursory glance. It might have appeared here. Now that we're at the nighttime version of this place. I believe there is a rifle somewhere. I think that's my next gun find. I can't recall exactly where that's at. Alright, I am doing pretty good on health and ammo. We can break glass, but a closed curtain, that's an impassable obstacle. All seems in order trophy. I gotta look at what that is real quick. I don't think I'm gonna like it. Sorry, just bear with me for a minute. Discover the secret of room 106. So, I think that's a pun, um, referring to The Order, which is the Silent Hill movie version of the cult. I don't believe in any of the original Silent Hill games there's any reference to The Order. So there's the clothes Maria was thinking about trying on, which is her outfit from the original game. Just kind of hoping maybe, I mean, I'm glad I got a trophy out of it, but I'm just kind of checking these hotel rooms again to see if maybe there's any other secrets. I'd love to find a jack handle for a car jack. Or for there to be like an unlockable costume for Maria by coming back here, you know? But it doesn't seem like it. It appears that at least not the end. I mean, honestly, I went that way with Maria the first time around. I never searched this area during the day. I think we're approaching the gas station up here, which is where we would find the dog key in subsequent playthroughs. It was a bit of a joke on the first game because you find a key in a doghouse. car. Oh, it's quite a ways ahead still. Yeah, and during this part of the game, there was definitely nurses wandering the streets at night, you know? Ladies of the night. Cruising around, just making it not exactly safe to, like, search around for things, because, like, you might see one across the street over there, but when you came searching around here, you'd find that while you were looking, they would like get close and you get forced into battle or whatever. Yeah, this fueling station is quite a bit larger than the original. Before it was just like a gas station. Now it looks like a, I don't know, like a fuel processing plant or something. But this seems like it would be a good place to hide like a jack for a car, right? Is this car on a jack? Yeah! Yeah, buddy! Just said it. So I don't know if that was available during the day. It's very possible that coming all this way out of our way with Maria might have affected her level of satisfaction with me, which is definitely a factor in getting endings. I'm thinking her taking damage, shining the light in her eye, any of those things. What's this? Another one of those little moments. I remember there being something up there, but I don't remember what. Okay, I feel satisfied. I've searched this whole area. I'm going to go back and use the car jack and see what's inside that little station, and we'll come back and see if there's anything happening at Pete's Bowl-O-Rama. But let's just do a quick little backtrack. James has a nice little jog. In the original game, he had like this full-out run, like sprint. And after a few seconds of running full bore, he would get tired and he would slow down to a jaunty little jog like this. And then when you stopped, he would like hunch over and like breathe heavily for a little while trying to catch his breath. I feel like I've seen a lot of school buses ever since I came out of the hospital. I mean, I guess it makes sense for there to be buses because there's not a school on this side of town. All right. Let's see if whatever's in here is worth running back all this way for. I mean, it only took a few seconds. A health drink. Four handgun bullets. A syringe. Not walk under the car. Let's just go outside on the other side. Yes, it does. It's a total of 9 handgun bullets. Mass layoffs at Brookhaven Hospital threaten the institution's future. The layoffs were reported on last month are continuing. Over 10 people have been let go, which has reduced the hospital staff by more than half, meaning there used to be about 20 people there. The situation does not improve. Staff shortages will put patients at risk. Brookhaven Hospital is a hospital with a long history. It was established in 1810 when a deadly epidemic swept through town. Swept through the Silent Hill area. Ever since, it has incessantly brought help to the residents of the town. However, more and more have made their voices heard of how the presence of a psychiatric hospital in the middle of the town has a negative impact on the local community. Residents fear that an incident from 2 years ago might repeat itself. As soon as it started talking about the epidemic, I was like, they're going to tell me how many people died. But it didn't. That makes 12 handgun bullets. So I ran back for 12 handgun bullets, a health drink, a syringe, and a newspaper article. Now I feel if I read this during the day, which probably on my next playthrough I'll do the full search, and the whole thing with Maria and the requirements for getting the Maria ending are, if you do too much searching around, it means going in a direction where she's like, hey, not that way, and so it reduces her. Okay, what am I seeing in the distance there? Like I could see something, and then it disappeared in the fog the closer I got to it. I think I got my first, like, the distant objects are not loading properly situation. But, but you basically, it was like you had a relationship meter with Maria, and every time you do something she asks you to do, you build relationship with her, and every time you do something opposite of what she asks you to do, you would lose. How did I go to the gas station and not see the actual gas pump? I guess I went down that way. Let's have just a little quick looky around this area. Can't go inside. Nothing in the windows, nothing in the shopping cart. Alright, so yeah, I mean, this is more like what I thought this gas station looked like. I swear it was called, like, Bob's Gas or something, not Octanus. Bolarama. Pete's. I can't see them. Yeah, we can go inside. Can't see them changing the name of locations, you know? Just doesn't strike me as something they would do. I got a feeling I'm gonna find the pizza that Eddie was eating in here. So in the very first not the very first, the original Silent Hill 2. You walk through Pete's Bolorama, and when you get to the lanes, you find Eddie and Laura having the conversation that they were having in the theater. And so that whole interaction happens here rather than at the theater. They're like sitting right over there. But there was no prompt to come here this time around. The pizza.
Ugh. This town's full of monsters. Who could just sit here and eat pizza?
Just got a trophy, leftovers. So yeah, when you meet Eddie in the theater, he doesn't say. Sorry, when you met him here, he's like, "How can you just sit there and eat pizza?" And but then when you meet him in the movie theater, he's not eating pizza. It looks like he's actually just eating a bucket of butter, like popcorn butter, which is just fucking disgusting. So yeah, close the loop on that whole convo. I bet these are pictures of the devs. Like, this looks like girls dressed as nurses, maybe. But I bet this is Bloober Team bowling. I'd put good money on that. That little side door I was just coming out of. Yep. All right, we're nearly there. Let's see, what's this little building? Is there a little building? Can't get there, whatever it is. That's all right. There's another little building just back a little way. I bet it's also nothing important, but sometimes I see stuff like that, like there's like a valve handle over there. And I'm like, was this gonna be something? And it ended up being nothing. Development wise. Like, let's build some stuff that you could possibly interact with, and then if we get some ideas for how to interact with it, we'll add that later. So, we have the Silent Hill Historical Society. Kind of shocked at how many cars are just sitting around with bullets inside of them. Especially considering I haven't actually encountered an enemy in so long. I mean, I've got like 5 health drinks and 4 syringes since the last time I encountered an enemy. And like at least 40 bullets. Oh, I thought I remembered there being a sign for this place. What is that? Every time I see a little glare, I think it's that interaction dot. I believe there is a dead end ahead, and I'd like to explore. Yeah. Yeah, so you see that? I don't know if you guys can see that. There's kind of this like it's like what I was seeing earlier with the smear on some of the items and James's shadow. Yep, we got some more handgun bullets. Little note. I can't leave by not leaving. I can leave by not leaving. I can only leave by not leaving. I can leave by not leaving. I can only leave by not leaving. I don't know, it's little things like that that make you think like somebody else is having an experience here. It's not what James is experiencing, but it's their own little personal nightmare, you know? All right. I feel like I've adequately searched the area. Let's go in the Historical Society. Just like I remember it. Always kind of felt like this was my favorite place in Silent Hill. This and the other church from the first game. Old map. Can't remember, but isn't there there's a museum in Silent Hill 3 that I think has a lot of the same kind of like artifacts and things. I didn't notice at first, but on the save screen, I think you're actually the camera is like moving inside the red square and looking back out at you. So I think when I'm saving, I'm actually seeing what's behind James's. There it is, Misty Day. I have that hanging on my wall. I'll go have a look at it in a sec. Polaroid. Looks like a phone booth or something. It says the new clock. And of course, it's got another number on the back. Some of them have that little upside down V. Little Baroness, the maiden voyage of 1916. Pretty sure that thing sunk. I don't remember the whole story. Lady of the Light, unveiling of one of two statues commemorating the local folk tale. So this is the one in the Moonlight Grove, I believe. This picture has no caption, and I have no idea what it's of. Upstairs is off limits.
It's him.
Remains of the Judgment. This one, the in-game version of this painting looks more like an oil painting than the one I have hanging on my wall, which is very much more like Masahiro Ito concept art style. Title unknown, author unknown. A chalice, eh? Waterfront landscape. Alan Smith. Date of birth and death unknown. Depiction of the local area. The style indicates it was done sometime around the 1820s when the region was far less populated with sparse infrastructure. I mean, if you haven't got your shattered trophy yet, this is where you get it. I can clearly see these are empty, but there's just part of me that's like, can't let go. The Wiltsea coal mine, established around 1850, remained operational until the early 1900s. The mine played a key role in the revitalization of Silent Hill. A mining town at one point. I mean, this town has been through a lot of phases, right? Like, at one point it became a prison town. Brookhaven Hospital. The hospital was built in response to a great plague that followed a wave of immigration to the area. Originally, it was little more than a shack, but has since expanded into a fully fledged medical establishment. Not going to tell me how many people died in the plague. Name scratched over, illegible. Former director of Brookhaven Hospital. He looks pretty legit. I mean, every time I see a guy with a mustache like that, I go, I trust this dude. I trust this dude. Silent Hill Historical Society founders. Fine bunch of gentlemen. Foreshadowing. That should be the name of this picture. We will go there. We will jump. Alright, this is it. This is the one. This is the one that everybody's talking about when they go down a too long stairwell and they say, this is like Silent Hill. This is the stairwell they're talking about right here. I gotta note that at 5 hours, 12 minutes, and 11 seconds into the video, you will see the stairwell. Let's head down. The foghorn. This is the famous stairwell. Ha! Into the abyss. Just got a trophy. So, when I played the original, I definitely got like halfway down and then I stopped and I turned around and I was like, is this like a trick? You know? Toluca Prison. September 11th, 1820. Prisoner number 0 through 221. Somebody smoking some Sean cigarettes. Nice sharp number 2 pencil. So this is the beginning of the prison, which I would typically say is about the halfway point of the game. So see if we can find a save point around here somewhere. We'll see how far we're actually in hours. Don't have a map yet. I don't have a save point. Hopefully we can find both of those things in here. Crimson and White, Banquet for the Gods. That doesn't look at all wrong. Death by skewering. An execution at the prison. Death by skewering or strangling. To choose his death is the prisoner's last taste of freedom. I mean, neither one of those sound like a pleasant way to go. Toluca Prison Camp. Built in 1862, the camp was used to house prisoners during the American Civil War, converted into Toluca Prison in 1866. So this is the game that really gives you the most lore on the history of Silent Hill. Like, we hear a little bit about more recent history in the first game. But in this one, they introduced the idea that it was a prison town. that there was a plague. And I think it even alludes somewhere to the fact that there used to be a Native American colony living here before European people settled. What did I say? Foreshadowing. Will you jump? Okay, I just had an autosave, which I believe is like the first autosave since Brookhaven. So, what the hell? So, this brings to mind something for me. Somewhere in this prison is like a room that is like Pyramid Head's room, right? Like, he hangs out when James ain't there, which kind of, is reminding me of the fact that Maria also exists. Spiral writing key. Spiral writing key. It's like a drill bit with like something etched onto it. I kind of want to. The cylinder is engraved with the text, "'Tis doubt which leadeth thee to purgatory." But yeah, so jump, jump. This doesn't look like a room I want to be in right now. Still don't have a map. Still haven't found a save point. So Pyramid Head exists without James being there, which leads you to believe that he's got a sentience of his own, right? He's got a room and shit. And Maria exists without James being there. But they are both most definitely manifestations of James's mind. So Maria is more like Pyramid Head than she is like, say, the regular monsters.
Ain't no big deal. Just put the gun to their head and...
Eddie?
Oh, hi, James.
What happened here? Who was that?
I don't know. It just came at me.
Okay. So he attacked you, and you shot him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. He made me do it.
Okay, calm down, Eddie. Any idea why he would do that?
I don't know. He came out of nowhere. Tried sneaking up on me in the dark. I heard footsteps, so I turned back and he was right there.
And you could tell that he wanted to hurt you.
Well, yeah, I mean, the way he looked at me, I just had to do it.
He looked at you. I thought you said he came at you.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it in his eyes.
His eyes.
He kept looking at me, making fun of me. And I told him not to, but he didn't listen.
Eddie, you can't just kill someone because of the way they looked at you.
You should see your face, James. I was just joking. The guy was dead when I got here. I got you, didn't I? Well, anyway, I better get going.
Wait. You're gonna go out there alone?
Yeah.
So in the original, that interaction happens much later. There's a whole level in the prison. I mean, the prison is, it's not as big as, like, say, the hospital or the apartment buildings, but there's, like, puzzles and stuff. And I know I've seen some video of James standing in front of a noose. So I'm pretty sure there's more to this. So the other thing about this guy, I mean, little detective work here. He came at you. You shot him. And then you put his legs and his arm in there and sat him down at the table. I don't know if anybody's ever tried to pick up a dead body, but they're very hard to move. And no, I'm not saying that from experience, but when someone goes limp in your arms, it's very hard to hold on to them. I mean, I've carried people before, you know, like had a girl jump into my arms and, you know, held her across my arms, but like if they go limp, all of a sudden it's. And I've heard that people are heavier when they're dead too, so by like 7 ounces or something like that. But anyway, that interaction with Eddie happens very late in the whole prison sequence originally. Oh God, they can spider now? Okay, there's a church in the prison. So, kind of the story with Pyramid Head is that he is an executioner, right? He's here to punish James for his crimes. And Prism? The heaviest weight. But looking at the pictures of the executions and stuff, like I was always like, what kind of helmet is that for an executioner? Like, it's very bizarre, the big metal helmet, almost to the point of being like goofy, but in a way that just makes it more off-putting, you know? But now I'm realizing it's meant to look like those hoods, those, I mean, they look like clan members. In the photos in the Historical Society, the executioners, the guys who were doing the skewering and whatnot. The prisoners do not feel remorse. In fact, they do not feel themselves to be sinful at all. Even the simplest of them will try to shield themselves from the Lord's gaze with what little words they know. And so they dream blissfully, the sinners that they are, for no matter how foul and loathsome one's existence may be, human nature abides. Look at that. Whatever that be. Syringe. So these guys were killing prisoners in the name of God. All right, 5 hours and 31 minutes deep. I need a little bit of a break, just a minute or two. I will be back shortly. Got to refill water, use the restroom and stuff, so don't change that dial. Just bear with me for a minute or two. returned. Have returned. Oy. Alright, got a new jug of water. Set on. I got a new jug of water. New battery for my vape. We are going on 5 hours and 36 minutes right now. So I'm a little distressed by the fact that I have not found a map or a save point in some time. I mean, there was a save point in the Historical Society before I went down the long stairs, but... Yay, save point. Rifle rounds. Rifle! They still haven't found him. Since he had the cabinet key, we should assume one of the prisoners got his hands on it. Get the spare from the witness checkpoint and secure the rifle before it falls into the wrong hands. Now, I would know where the witness checkpoint is, presumably. These fucking creepy ass masks. What are those doing in here? If there was a map somewhere. There should be a map. We're gonna save. This goes nowhere. So the layout of the prison so far is very different from what I remember. Maybe it'll seem more like I thought. Once I find a map. Oy. I didn't like that leggy guy just spidering up the wall. Like, if they can just spider up the walls, then he could drop in on me at any point. Like I heard this about like gamers. There's a tendency towards left. Um, when given a choice between two paths, the average gamer will take the left one first. And I think it has something to do. I mean, this is just my own thoughts on it. I think it has something to do with while we're gaming, we're using the right side of our brain dominantly. And they say the right side of your brain controls like the left side of your body, and this is why they say that like left-handed people are typically more creative because the right side of your brain is more the abstract thinking side. I really don't like this. For some reason, I mean, there's a lot of movies about it, I suppose, but like for some reason I find like religious fervor to be incredibly unsettling. Like nothing wrong with having faith and a higher power or whatever, but something about fanaticism just always in my head leads to something creepy's going on. This cell is to be cleaned up by Tuesday. Make sure you get the cons to do it by then. The previous tenant has been moved to death row as per the warden's order. So this is the cell of a death row inmate, A. Not a whole lot going on in here. Gotta be honest, I expected there to be like writing on the wall and shit. So there was a bowl. This one's a snake. What else did we have back there? So I think the one that spidered up the wall, like... Oh, there he is. It's not him. So, I mean, this one looks like a ox or a cow or something. And then there's one over here. Oh, this one's a boar. An ox, a boar. And then the one over here is a snake. Okay. Okay. And this one's like a quail? Or a pigeon? I don't know what they mean yet. So this area had one of the creepiest, like, jump scare moments. That's it. That's it. It's not even a jump scare. It's just the sound of something moving around. Like it sounds like something's galloping at you, running really fast in your direction. And this is a gallows. Let's just see a hanged man and two spear-wielding pyramid heads. Pull ye but once on a rope's frayed end. Choose the one justified from among the damned. Seek out their tales, think upon each sin, or let blind fate choose. Let the judgment begin. One, two, three. There are three gallows. Oh, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 gallows. And no ropes, though. I don't know what goes there. It looks like a spot for a lever. Thinking like Lady Justice. So I've got one weight. Oh no, there is one weight. The one in my inventory is the heaviest. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 to go. So it appears that I have to tip the scales in the direction of the pigeon, the bull, the snake, or the boar. Oh, I bet I unlock the doors by doing so. See what happens. Not heavy enough for that. Let's go in the snake door. Electric chair. Something just flew up there. Oy, this place is so scary. It's so dark, and there's so many like big rooms that you feel like you can't see. Like when I walk into a room and I shine my flashlight around and I don't hit walls with the light, it just feels very uneasy. That light is not actually lighting anything. We will be together soon. With a boy in a wheelchair and what looks like his mom. Oh God. This just keeps on opening to larger and larger spaces. Safety instructions, power transfer levels. Green, maintenance level, used to test before each use. Yellow, optimal level, maintain for safe operation. Red, danger level, do not operate, can result in power spike and system overload. Hmm. I'm not exactly sure why I needed to do that, other than it seems like it opened this door, but... Oh, that opened all the cells. And seemed to turn all the lights on. Oh, I wish I had a map. Jeez, there's just so many cells everywhere. Everywhere I go, there's just all these little tiny rooms to search. Like, they're not only like tapping into like real life things that make me uncomfortable, but they're also tapping into the things that make me uncomfortable as the gamer, you know? That feeling of uneasiness I get from just from hearing an enemy in the background, or leaving something unfinished. All right. Note to medical staff. During last night's execution, the prisoner, assumed to have been disabled, simply stood up and approached the chair without any assistance. From now on, take utmost care when reviewing the prisoner's medical history. Guards need to be made aware how capable prisoners are in order to avoid any incidents. So the kid in the wheelchair maybe didn't actually need the wheelchair. I mean, obviously, if he stood up and walked on his own, he didn't, but I mean, I'm not sure that the photo I saw was the same prisoner. Because why were they executing a child? Armory key! About time. I have no idea how to get back to that rifle. No clue at all. Not the foggiest. Polaroid. 4 months to go. no clue where I am in relation to anywhere I've been so far. I'm trying to just check every door as I go. The center of Silent Hill lies the town's major tourist attraction, Toluca Lake. But there's a darker side to this scenic, beautiful reservoir. What may seem like a bread and butter local ghost story you've heard time and time again, in this case rings surprisingly true. One fateful, fog-bound November day in 1918, a tourist cruiser called the Little Baroness has set sail never to dock again. Newspaper articles reporting the event contain no details of the ship's disappearance, despite an extensive police search. Neither a single fragment of the ship nor the remains of the passengers or crew have ever been recovered. But in 1939, an even more bizarre incident has taken place. Many pages are torn out. Who knows how many souls were taken by the waters of Toluca Lake? Do the eyeless skulls of the damned stare hopelessly at the surface from below, yearning for a breath? Or what? Or was their mysterious fate different altogether? Interesting wording since that quiz earlier that the one answer I had no idea what the correct answer was sorry, I must be like my brain's not working anymore. I'm on 6 hours and 15 minutes of the stream, and it's 4:30 in the morning here in Colorado. And I've been dealing with Silent Hill stress. Delicious water. But interesting the wording, because the question in the elevator quiz said how many souls were taken by the waters of Toluca Lake. But in regards to the number of people who died in the plague and were just tossed in the water. So, who knows if that had anything to do with the plague, but boy, I wish a map of this prison was available. We got a rifle. Nice looking, old school, bolt action. It's 4 bullets. Feel like probably save that for the final boss. Witness room. Last time I saved was only 15 minutes ago, but it feels... Oh! The map was right here! And I walked right past it. Alright. Wingless dove. Okay, headless serpent. Okay, looks like I've been pretty thorough, despite the fact that I've had no idea where I was going. Bore section. Basement? Alright. I'm getting my bearings. Did not find any type of serpent section. I did not find any type of weight to work the scales with, so I mean there's got to be at least one more. But in spite of being mapless and kind of rolling blind, it looks like I was extremely thorough in my search. I went through every door. So I'm happy with how this turned out so far. So we can go back to the scales. And at least do the no, we can't. Okay. So I don't have enough weight to do anything. Do I have any key items at all? Nay. Hmm. And I feel like maybe with map I should go back through the serpent area. Is all I got there was the key to the rifle. Effective immediately is absolutely mandatory for everyone to familiarize themselves with the revised general maintenance manual. Remember all what happened last time there was a spike, though I'm certain most of us would very much want to forget. We will not have another incident. I was definitely in this room. I just missed that little note. Dude, what's your problem? Why is this happening? I'm pretty sure I checked every one of these little rooms, but better safe than sorry is what I would have said then if I had a map. God, there's like always one more. Is this the same guy getting back up? Stay down. The controller has some interesting sounds coming out of it, kind of making the alarm that's going off feel even more shrill. With my headphones on, I can't really hear it, but it's causing the controller to vibrate in a certain way. Alright, those same guys just keep coming back to life, and I ain't wasting any more resources on them. So this is pretty much the end of that area, and I haven't found a new weight or anything. It's just the note about the guy in the wheelchair standing up before his execution. Aha. Baroness. Where's the creature that I'm hearing, though? Well, I guess I'm going to try searching the canteen and the vestry again. Possible I missed some stuff in here. I feel like even the stuff I don't really notice, James notices enough to like put on his map. So I find it odd. So I definitely kind of did this little lunch. Mainline menu, March 13th, grits with lard, boiled meatloaf, beans, bread and coffee. Boiled meatloaf? Can you boil meatloaf? I would imagine it would all fall apart in the water. Never actually cooked a meatloaf, but I know it's got bread. And I can't understand how bread would stay sticky. Got like a weight on you, bro? The platform heels are adding to the femininity of these monsters. Not that dudes can't wear platforms, but any weights laying around? Can I use this statue as a weight? Crucifix, candlestick. Sure, this stuff's all got weight to it. Looks like it's all made out of silver and gold. Sometimes it's tough with Silent Hill to figure out which of the written items are like clues of some type, or just like lore building. Okay. We've checked the chapel, the vestry, the canteen, armory. Says this door is locked. There's no keyhole. There's no keyhole, meaning you get at it from the other side, so I'm thinking probably the eyeless boar area. Yeah, it looks like. So in this little key down here. Let's the boar section is like a stairway coming up. I think that stairway's in there. And there's another stairway here. There's another stairway in there that probably heads to the wingless dove section. Or back up from. So I'm a little bit stuck at the moment. Pretty much my only option is to look through all these cells again. What's that little room? I didn't see that before. Is there a room right here? Not that can be gotten into. I haven't actually done the perimeter of this room, so do that. So I'll try messing with the scales one more time. I need more weights. I need more weights. There's just literally nothing I can do with that alone. Well, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for journeying through Silent Hill with me. Sorry I'm yawning. It's very early in the morning now, so probably after I get some sleep, I'll want to do another session in the morning. Got a feeling a little sleep might help me think, because I can't figure out how to proceed, so I'm missing something, but we'll sleep on it. We'll go from there. Once again, appreciate all the viewers and followers. I can always use more support, so if you're digging my streams, please give me a little follow. If you're watching this on YouTube, like and a subscribe always helps. So appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.